sunny side of the
Yeah,
Boom, right on it.
We'll let it bring.
or not sunny side of the street. Boom, not that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, just right on.
Okay, and no, what do you call them? Tags.
No tag on this.
Okay.
Everyone, India, like,
Hey.
why don't you start the next song right after the tag at the end?
They have all these, jazz guys have all these hand signals, right?
Right into come on. After that tag at the end,
right.
come on in. Important. Okay, here we go. Are we right in?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, at least you'll be up there for a come on in.
That's right.
I won't have time to play the sevenths today. That's what you do the long one. Good morning. All right, everyone, come on in. Don't be shy.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I thought you were talking about the song. Let's go.
There
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2. Good morning. Standing outside the door of love and mercy, you wonder if there's a place there for you. You know there's peace inside, but still you're searching for someone who understands the pain you've been through. Well, the Father waits with open arms. He's calling out your name. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in, yeah, come on in. You'll find a place of rest and illumination where God within you helps you to light your way. He knows the peace you need and the hurt you're feeling. He longs to hold you and to wipe your tears away. When the doors unlocked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in. Well, there's room enough in this home of love for someone just like you. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in. Unity in Tampa, hey, come on in.
Good morning. Hey, I see we have a lot more online viewership this morning. People out enjoying the weather. Or inside not enjoying that weather. Yeah. All right. So, helps if I actually pull out my script, my notes. Yep. So, first of all, thank you so much for everyone who contributed to our fundraiser last week, to the breakfast. Yeah, you guys are wonderful. And thank you to the Kellys, especially for donating the steaks and for cooking. That was a labor of love on their part. Yeah. And the teens raised a little over $300 towards their retreats. Yeah. And that's where our high schoolers and Mr. Mark are right now, as they are finishing their week-long summer connection retreat in North Carolina, and will be driving home later this evening. So we'll keep them in their prayers, as in our prayers as they travel. Yeah. Jamie's birthday is today. So again, wherever she is, Disney, home, enjoying. Happy birthday, Jamie. Our lessons today, our youngest kids are going to finish up our unit on the 12 powers of imagination. So they get to play with that concept and how we use it to solve our problems and connect with other people. And the teens are also going to be talking about interconnectedness, and we might play some Twister to go with that. Yeah. Nancy, do you have a question for us?
All right, so we're talking about curiosity today. Who knows what it means to be curious? Go ahead. What do you think?
Maybe when you want to know something.
Exactly. And what else?
Curious is sometimes being nosy.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
Very good.
So when we are curious, we actually deepen our understanding of what's happening around us. When we're not curious, we make quick decisions about what we see. So if I see two people fighting, I might say, oh, they're just rude to each other, they're fighting. But if I'm more curious, I might think, I wonder what's going on, and might I be able to help? So sometimes if we're more curious, we learn more and we don't judge. So today, that's what we're going to teach the adults, to be a little more curious and not to be judgmental. Okay? So we're going to talk about that. And something else that we're going to talk about is the fact that, did you know, even when you pray, if you're more curious, instead of thinking about what you need to say, you think about what you need to hear. And you spend more time listening to what you think is for you to learn. So that's a good thing for us too. So ask your family when you get home if they learned anything, and ask them what they learned.
You
And
have
then
homework
call me.
parents.
Yeah.
My kid's looking at me now like, yeah,
Landon.
Mom.
If they didn't, that's a great question, Landon. If they say they didn't learn anything, tell them you're getting Reverend Nancy on the phone and that we're going to have a family meeting. Yeah. Oh, ouch. Ouch. Wow.
She gets it from somewhere.
Yes. All right, let's bless you on your way.
Yeah, all right,
Thank
stand up,
you
guys.
so much, you guys. I love when you tell me all these things. You make my day.
All right. We love you. We bless you. We truly appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in you. We love you. We love you. We really, really love you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Martin Guttenplant. I'm your platform assistant this morning. And so let's get us started. Is anyone here for the first time? Yay! Yay! So we have a flower for the first time visitors. And if you would, if you'd like to stay in touch with us or have us stay in touch with you, stop by the back table where Louise is sitting and under the peace banner. And there'll be a t-shirt for you if you give us your email address. Pretty good deal. Okay, any second or third time visitors? Yay. Yay, thank you. Glad you're here. Okay, so now we should have announcements. If you want to stay, we try to be very accessible. The Sunday Bulletin, email newsletter, Facebook, website, all those different things are ways. Mobile app. We have a mobile app. You can see the logo or the icon there on the thing on the screen. And speaking of mobile apps, turn off your phones, please. Silence them. You too. You're not above the law. Yeah. Oh, well, if God's calling, you'll hear. You don't need your ringer on. We want to thank Hanson and all the people recycling cans. Apparently, we're getting quite good at this. And look at those cans. Thank you, Hanson. $144 worth of supplies for the kids. Okay, and we have a new community group starting on the second and fourth Sundays of the month. The Unity Encuentro Espiritual. How about that for butchering it? Spanish prayer group. I'm not afraid. It starts today from 1 to 3 in the clubhouse. So hopefully, if you'd like to be part of that, please join us. Next week, the second peace poll is coming. In case you didn't know there was a first peace poll, you can see the the pictures of it, but we have a second one coming. So there'll be a ceremony next Sunday at 10:45 before the service. Smart, that way it's not so hot. Also next Sunday is potluck. So sign up on Tithely or use the link in your newsletter, and hopefully we'll have lots to eat and lots of fun. Short and sweet today. So this week for birthdays, we're celebrating Deborah Grant on the 28th. Chris Ward on the 29th. Terry Benatti on the 30th. Norma Baynard on the 6th. It says the 2nd. Must be a... Second of July. Ah, okay. And we have an anniversary coming up on the 2nd of July with Gilbert and Bobby Lopez. 38 years. Okay.
Let's sing to him. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, God loves you. Happy birthday to you.
Well, good morning. Oh, there's more of you than when I sat down. We must be getting people coming in. You know, I before the holidays, so a lot of people take this week off, but we'll be here next week, so feel free to come back and join us for potluck. So, lots of things to share today. I'm very excited about today's message. I feel super inspired about it. Let's hope you feel that same way. I want to do a quick shout out to Vivian and Candy Norris, who are watching online. Both are healing. We love you both, and we hope you're having a good morning. And I also want to do a quick shout out to Mark and Julie, who started their journey up to Maine, and they are currently in Northern Virginia at a beehive where there are 75 beehives in this beehive farm. I have no idea what would inspire that. I'm not a bee fan. I hope you love it there. And don't bring any gifts back. All I've got to say. Sorry. Yeah, I don't mind the honey, but don't bring any pets back. Speaking of that, I was laughing. Martin, thank you for being up here. We love having you back. We've missed you. And I hope your journey up north was good. When you were showing the recycling cans, this morning Steve Goodman brought in what looked like a pet carrier. I said, "Why do we have that? And what's it doing in the kitchen?" And he said, "Oh, it's my cans." I go, "Oh, I didn't think about that. That's a good way to transport them." So, okay, great. But, thanks to Hanson back there being willing to do this. It was all your idea to do it to begin with, the team. And now, look, you're supporting the whole children's board with our cans. So thank you for that. All right. A couple of other things. If we could show the first one. So I know Heather mentioned the Father's Day breakfast, but I just want to tell you how special it was that so many of you supported them, because those kids are trying to raise a third of the money, as you know, that is required for them to go on these retreats they've been on all week. And this is their responsibility. So what you did really helps them. So thank you so much for that. And thanks to our wonderful volunteers, the Kellys, who just joyfully cook and help and do so much. So I appreciate them very much. Also, we have a couple of pictures. I think this one, this is the kids with other kids from other states. and they're up in the mountains in Georgia. They have been without their phones since they left here. Yeah. Yeah, I told Jeffrey this is the longest we've gone not talking to Melody ever. So, but I said, I'm so glad they take them away and get them to focus. And they had a beautiful graduation ceremony on Friday night for our graduating 2026 graduates who will now move into next generation unity. So he sent a beautiful picture of Fernando's. It was wonderful. And then also, I have good news. Let me walk over here. So last week, you may have heard we started a new fundraiser. Sorry, I know I moved. Are you with me? Okay, thank you. I know Greg's like, don't leave that podium. So we started a fundraiser. We had a donor give us $10,000 and said, pick a project and I'll match it up to 10,000. So then the day before we launched, we found out we had $5,000 from Mary Bellis. We added that. That gave us 15 toward our 20. And then yet last week we received $475 in donations. So we are at 15,475. And we are this close, and we're going to do this all summer, but I think we're going to get there very quickly. Now, just so everybody knows what we're raising for, this is for us to have a youth development scholarship. So when the kids are going to trainings and retreats and rallies, if they cannot afford, if a family can't afford it, if the group did not raise enough, it doesn't mean they can't go. So sometimes parents can't afford the flights to Unity Village, and our kids are going to Unity Village in July. So sometimes that becomes unaffordable. Now, we're hoping people will pay a part of that, but the idea is this is to develop the future leaders of the unity movement from our church, so we know that unity continues to grow. So that's what this is about. It is not for us to pay the lights. And we got 100 in the mail. Right. So one of the great things was, and so generous, is the Bellis family asked everyone who attended the celebration of life and everyone who heard about Mary's passing to donate to Unity instead of to send flowers. So we have been getting this trail of checks from that as well, which is just super generous. And the reason it means a lot to me is that this was one of Mary's favorite projects to donate to, was our youth. So I know we're keeping that passion alive too. All right, enough about me and all of this, I know. Let's say our unity affirmation. There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And I would also just like to read the daily word, but before I do that, could we just say a prayer for the people in Venezuela, please? So we just pause for a moment and say, God, while we cannot be there helping, we can pray. And as we as a community pray, we know our prayers will continue to lift people up from the despair they're experiencing. And we also know that our prayers can be for the rescuers and all the people who are there trying to help. And we affirm without doubt that divine order will prevail and that all will bring everyone together for their highest good to support those who have survived and those we're still looking for. And so it is with confidence that we say, thank you, God. Amen. All right, let's read today, which is connection. It says, I share a connection to all living things. I share a connection with the human family, the world's creatures, and the universe itself. I'm reminded of the words of astronomer Carl Sagan, who wrote, the cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. I affirm this cosmic connection and more. I feel I'm a part of everything and connected with everyone through the indwelling presence that unites us in God. When the world feels lonely and I'm struggling to find my place in it, I remember this cosmic connection and that despite our surface differences, we have much in common. I value my connection with others and seek to make new ones. I treasure these relationships and celebrate our oneness in God. Therefore, encourage one another and build up each other, as indeed you are doing. And so I just want to say, on the heels of this, that I would love if everyone, when you see someone new here, takes a moment to welcome them into our community. You know, we're not evangelistic here. We're not going to go, hey, come up here. We're going to, convert you. But I do think that until you meet people, you don't feel like you belong. That's the way I felt when I first came here in 1998. And apparently I found a lot of friends because I stayed a really long time. So anyway, all right, gentlemen, thank you for being here. And is this our last week?
This is the last week of
Oh
this.
no, last
yeah.
week of this song.
That's
All
right. We'll have a new song for you guys to learn next week. But what will you stand and sing with us this morning? 1, 3. Speaking of star stuff and lights and all that, I love the Carl Sagan quote in there. May the light of the Spirit shine on me. May the light of the Spirit shine on you. May God's grace and God's love make this a brighter world. May the light of the Spirit shine on me. May the light of the Spirit shine on me. May the light of the Spirit shine on you. May God's grace and God's love make this a brighter world. May the light of the Spirit shine on me. Shine on, shine on, shine on, shine on, shine on, shine on. May the light of the Spirit shine on me. May the light of the Spirit shine on me. May the light of the Spirit shine on you. May God's grace and God's love make this a brighter world. May the light of the Spirit shine on me. Shine on, shine on, shine on, shine on, shine on, shine on. May the light of the Spirit shine on me. May the light of the Spirit shine on you. May the light of the Spirit shine on me. Thanks, guys.
Image every time we see that song, sing that song of Bob Marley. And I'm like, there's just a little Marley in that. All right, well, today, good news, something new. So we are reinstating our Volunteer of the Month program because we used to do this decades ago, and I think it's super important. But I also believe we have so many amazing people here that we need to highlight them. And we're only going to do 2 a month, so it'll take me 10 years to thank everybody. But just stay with me. But I do think we have to start somewhere. So today we are honoring Linda Reed and Michael Williams. So I'm going to invite them both up.
Come on, Linda. You don't need to.
Michael Williams. Oh, Michael. Michael, I have to see you to do this. Linda, come on up. Michael. See, now you know why I'm honoring them. All right, Michael, he's helping park people. Yeah, I'm sure he's helping park people. He's like, what? What? What did I do wrong? Yes, Linda won't come up alone.
First thing she did was look for Michael.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I am not. Yay! Turn around, look at your people that love you. So while they're up here, you're welcome to sit back down. But while they're up here, I want to read what I wrote last night. I'm going to start with Linda. When Jeffrey and I first came back here in 2020, Linda joined the board shortly after that. She serves on the board with us, and she was our secretary on the board. She is also one of the church's tithing counters. Every other Sunday, she's one of the people that goes in the office and counts the money. She serves as a chaplain. She logs the prayer requests. She sends every week the rotating prayers that come off our list to Silent Unity. She's the leader of the care team. She makes sure all the requests I receive and she receives are addressed, and that someone goes out and helps the person who made the request. She was once the leader of the map makers and started that entire initiative for us, and that was about the only thing she handed off. She participates in the choir. She led the carolers at Christmas. She's a part of the tail waggers group, and she's one of the most critical people on our leadership team, especially for me, and I probably connect with her the most out of everyone here. Yes. Because, as you can imagine, as we have grown, we have a lot of urgent needs. Someone needs a ride somewhere, someone needs groceries, someone needs help, someone's passing, I can't be all things to all people, and she makes it happen. Now, let me get to Michael, who also is someone I keep in touch with. Michael is one of the best greeters we've ever had in this church. He not only greets people, he goes outside and makes sure that if someone's circling, that he can help them find a place to park. He is a member of our ambassadors team. He contributes to the team's success. He knows I wait to find out how many people were in church. And so he texts me usually before I get home in case we didn't see each other when I run over to the kitchen to help. And so he provides the total number of youth and adults each Sunday to me, and he turns those into the counters. And I know Jeffrey B. and Patty help with that, but Michael is on top of me to make sure I know what's happening. He or Jeffrey B. put the money in the safe, but Michael, I see him go in and take everything into a bag, put it in the safe. And he participates on the map makers team as well. And he never misses a vision team meeting to help us. So there's so much about these two people. But the favorite part, and the men's group, yes, thank you. I depend on these two very much. And both of them would do anything for this community. So I want to just thank them, congratulate them, and Jeffrey has a gift in the bag for each of them. So thank you both. Thank you. It took a long time to write about you two. All right, let's get ready for meditation.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Let's sing it once more together. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Oh, surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
So I invite you now just to take a few deep breaths and just allow yourself to relax into this wonderful place. Such joyful people and so much love in this room, always. And as you just sort of settle in and let go of anything that was on your mind today when you entered, don't worry about what's left on your list for the afternoon. Just be present, where all you can pay attention to is your heartbeat, your breath, and the words I'm going to share. And just take in what's right for you. You don't have to take it in too seriously. Whatever you're meant to hear, you will hear. Today, I allow myself to practice spiritual curiosity, knowing I do not need to have all the answers. I don't need to understand everything at once. I simply need to open the door of my heart and become willing to wonder. I let go of the need to judge my thinking or to judge my feelings or to judge the questions that come up or even the path that I'm on. I meet myself instead with kindness, and I ask gently, what is Spirit revealing to me now? What can I learn from this moment? Where is love inviting me to see more deeply? As I become more curious, I soften a bit. I notice the places within me that have been closed by certainty or fear or habit. I notice the opinions I have formed too quickly without fully understanding, and the stories I've repeated without questioning them. With compassion, I release the pressure to be right, and I become available to something greater than my current understanding. Spiritual curiosity helps me listen beneath the surface of life. I listen to my own heart with patience. I listen to others with humility. I listen to the silence. I trust that divine wisdom speaks in quiet ways. I allow questions to become pathways, not problems. I allow uncertainty to become sacred ground. And in this open space, I remember that growth does not require force. My awakening unfolds through my willingness. My understanding expands as I remain present, honest, and receptive. I do not have to defend who I've been. And I am free to discover who I am becoming. I rest in the silence and take this in. As I return my awareness to this moment in time, I carry the blessings of spiritual curiosity with me. I walk forward into the rest of the day with fresh eyes, trusting that divine wisdom will be revealed, knowing I'm centered in peace. I love the voice. So today, I want to talk about the importance of us living with a curious mind, but from a spiritual and unity perspective, and how it can help us. But first, I have to tell you what got me to choose this topic today. So last Sunday night, I had to fly to New York. Some of you know I mentioned that. I had a 7 p.m. flight, and I was delivering a presentation at a leadership summit on Monday at the American Management Association. So my flight was scheduled for 7:08, and after 5 delays, I left at 11:40 p.m. Now, you know, we had the service here, the celebration of life, and we were here all day Saturday, and we were here Sunday. And so it had been kind of a long day, but I just decided to work at the airport and talk to Linda and figure out what we needed to take care of this week. And get on the plane, and there was a screaming child. Um, and you can imagine people were agitated because they had been at the airport for 6 hours, like me. And so people weren't very nice. And their patience was running out. So there's this child screaming at the top of his lungs. I don't mean crying, I mean a 1-year-old just screaming. So the mom is walking up and down before we take off. She sees that I'm in a row by myself with 2 empty seats, and it was an upgraded seat that I used points to get. And she asked me if I would trade with her and move to their 2 seats so her son could have a seat. Because she said, I think if he had a seatbelt to play with and he could get up and move around, he'd be okay. Well, I didn't hesitate, to be honest. I just moved until I found out they were giving them really good snacks. But anyway, no, I'm kidding. Anyway, so I traded with them, but the child never stopped crying. And so it was a little after 1, and the child finally settled down. I got to my hotel in Times Square at 3:10 a.m. I had to be on site by 8 after 2.5 hours sleep. So I started becoming curious, first when I was on the plane. What is happening and why is it happening and what am I supposed to do with this? So at the airport, I told myself God saw the need for me to take some time before I just jumped on that plane. And I felt like just sitting there and working and being in the quiet was super helpful. But then I thought, how am I going to present? I'm not in my best space. How do I get there? So I just let all these questions start to happen, and I felt myself lightening up. Like, you know what? This is going to be okay. And what I had failed to remember in my mind at the time was that these 50 or 60 leaders I was going to see the next day, I knew half of them and hadn't seen them in 6 years, some of them. So as soon as I walked in, I thought, oh my gosh, it's like a reunion for me. And I was given so much love and positive reception that I was flying on adrenaline. I mean it, all day. I was speaking, I was facilitating, I was on a roll. Until my husband sent this urgent text that said, your flight tonight has been canceled. And oh, by the way, they didn't book you on a flight tonight. They booked you out tomorrow night. Well, that didn't work for me. I had to be back here. So he already had found me. He said, I'm on hold. I've been on hold an hour. I'm going to find you a different flight. And from that time I stepped in the building on, I realized that curiosity kept me from having a meltdown like that child on that plane because I was trying to figure out, what am I supposed to get from this? What am I supposed to learn? And that's what prompted me to really think about what we need to do with curiosity and how can it help us. Because when we live with curiosity, we're opening ourselves to God's presence in the moment. Not later, but in the moment when we need it most. And being curious is actually what helps us take a more spiritual approach to life instead of the one on the surface, which is flight delayed, flight canceled, move your seat, long drive, long taxi ride, blah, blah, blah. All the negativity that comes up when you're in those moments. And I never lost my cool, which was really good for me, because usually about then I would have been crying with no sleep. It's just an emotional reaction to exhaustion for me. But I never cried. I was like, no, I'm good. Jeffrey wrote me at 6:30, are you up? Yes, I'm up. I don't know that I went to bed, but I'm up. I said, I'm good. I'm really good. I'm not going to call. I got to preserve every ounce of energy I have. And I was in a good space. And I started thinking about the fact that, many of us who really live in a faith filled place think that faith will lead us to answers. But what I really learned this week was that it takes a lot more than our faith. We actually need to have a level of spiritual maturity that allows us to dig a little deeper and be brave enough to ask harder questions. So things like, what's the experience here to teach me? Where is God in this moment? What new understanding is trying to emerge through me? From a unity perspective, curiosity can help us reach our divine potential. And we all know we're individual expressions of God, right? That's what we teach here every week. We're a reflection of God's light. But it's a matter of whether we're shining our light, right? Or whether it's dim and no one can see it, including us. So as individuals, we know we're inherently good, we're created with a sacred worth, and we're capable of awakening to our greatest potential. But the more curious we become, the deeper our understanding of life becomes and our understanding of how we're supposed to awaken. Everything that's going on in your life right this minute is here to teach you. What will you learn from it? That's the question. What will you learn? Whether you're Vivian, who just had her second knee replacement, or Deborah Martin, who's home, I found out when I sat back down that she's home today taking care of her mom, Audrey, who fell, and she's already recuperating from her second surgery. There's so much that we have to learn, but when we get into despair, we learn nothing. That's the reality. If I'd fallen into despair Monday, I'd have done a really lousy job. I know I would have. And I would have been worried about how it all came off. Instead, I left there, and what I failed to tell you, I left there laughing because the last step before I got to the airport was that I chased an Uber in the pouring rain in Times Square and stopped traffic to make her stop, because if she kept going around to pick me up, I wasn't going to make my flight. And I was like, nope. And I don't care. I may look like a drowned rat now, but I don't care. That woman is stopping. I chased her. I'm banging on the window. And she's like, I go, me. I'm your ride. Open the trunk. That's what I did. I was like, I told Jeffrey on the phone, I said, it was shameless, totally shameless. I said, I'm dressed up, I'm dragging that bag, and I didn't care. She was not going to leave me behind. But that curiosity like started to make me laugh. Like, could it get any funnier? Could the story be any funnier? And could I lighten myself up in the process? And that curiosity helped me to invite that ability to see the whole thing differently, not to be in a dark place or a crabby place, but just to lighten up and come from a place of love. And instead of asking her, why didn't you stop the first time I waved you down? I just said, thank you for stopping. Because there was nothing at this point she could have done beside drive. And that's what I needed her to do. So, the first lesson I want to convey to us is that when we're curious, it slows us down from running with our ideas. Okay, the minute you become curious, you slow the whole process down. And it's slow enough to be able to see that life is not happening around us. Spirit is expressing through life around us and through us. So the minute you start looking for God in those things, it shows up. You start seeing what you can do to make this better, not just for you, but for everyone. And you stop taking life so seriously. When you're not curious, you're judging. Oh, look at this, look at that. That's what was happening on my flight. A woman actually came up and took that child from the parents, tried to take the child. She said, I can calm that child down, just give me the child. Dad's like, I don't think you're going to be able to do anything we haven't done. Woman crawls over the man, sits in the child's seat, and tried to help. She did nothing. Nothing. And she got up and went back to her seat. But at least she tried. I think she freaked us all out, but she tried. But whether it's having that ability to go help someone, a challenge, a change in plans, a quiet morning, our chance for awakening ourselves is what we need to pay attention to. What is happening that I haven't noticed is the question when you're in those predicaments. What can I open my eyes to see here? And that question helps us move from being reactive to becoming more aware. And instead of rushing to label our experiences as good or bad, we simply pause, we make room for God to be present, and we allow divine wisdom to reveal a greater meaning to us. Now, the second thing we need to pay attention to is that when we're curious, our judgment turns to compassion. So when we judge what's going on rather than observe through our spiritual eyes, we assume that what we see is what our mind tells us. And in that moment, we believe we know the answer to what's going on around us. But truly, we don't, because you couldn't possibly know what's happening in someone else's life and in those situations. That curiosity allows us to consider maybe there's more for us to understand. So when we make this powerful shift from judgment to compassion, then we're able to go further, control our reactions, and create space for healing by not trying to know everything. Just be curious. What's happening with the driver that just cut me off on that road? What is going on? And maybe I'm supposed to learn patience in that moment. It's not a bad thing. And while our spiritual principles teach us that every person is an expression of God, what our spiritual principles never teach us, nor should they, is that every behavior is wise or loving. Now, people ask me all the time, what do you think when bad things happen to people? And I always answer it almost identically. When bad things happen to people, it's for them to learn from. I have no answer why that happened. Why do good people do bad things? The same reason bad people do good things. We're human and we're going to change. And one day it's going to be great, and some days we are not our best shining self. Not every move we make is wise or loving. But that doesn't mean, even in our worst day, that we are not expressions of God. Because beneath that surface is a sacred soul whose light is waiting for someone to uncover it. And sometimes it needs someone to notice. What it does mean for us is that underneath those unwise and unloving behaviors is divine essence and sacred worth. And we have to remember to be curious enough to see beyond what is visible to us, what is beneath the surface of anyone or any situation. Now, curiosity also invites us to be creative, and that's one of my favorite parts of curiosity, especially this week. I forgot my toothbrush, so I got creative. I called somebody. Help, I can't go to work like this. Get creative. Don't be in despair. Oh, I forget my toothbrush. Who cares? You don't have one. Do something. And we may not have the power to control every circumstance in life. I get that. But we can be creative in how we see what's happening. The quality of our consciousness shapes our experience. So if your consciousness is in a dark place, so are your experiences. Curiosity opens new pathways for us to grow. And instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Maybe ask, what can I learn? Instead of asking, what if I fail? Ask, what if I grow? Instead of asking, who's to blame? Maybe ask, what is mine to heal, release, or bless? Even in prayer, what I said to the kids is true. Even when we're praying, if we're praying for a curious mind, we're going to listen with greater awareness. Said, oh God, why is my life like this? Okay, you're not getting anything back with that kind of prayer. It's what it's mine to do today. How do I get there? And pray as if God's already present. For example, we might ask, what's the highest truth I can know right now? And how is Spirit guiding me to live from that place? I want to ask this question. How many of us ponder the question, what do I believe when something bad happens? Where's my faith in this? What do I actually believe about what I'm seeing or hearing or reading? When we're caught in between perspectives and we're not sure what to believe, the question to ask to raise your curiosity is, how am I living what I believe? We should be living our beliefs, which means that we're shining our light on every situation for ourselves, and we don't go into those theoretical spaces. I am not someone who's going to get stuck in theory. I'm going to move into practicality very quickly. Kindness, patience, forgiveness, generosity, courage, joy, all of those things are going to save me on a difficult day. None of my analysis or, well, it says in this book in the Bible that blah, 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 blah. No, that's not going to help me in the moment. What's going to help me is, what do I do now? What would God have me do now? And these small practices start to reshape our consciousness if we listen before we answer people, if we pause before we react, if we bless what we did not understand, and if we ask what love would have us do next. Curiosity helped me focus on all of the good of this 23-hour trip. And I'd like to just challenge us today to think about every day this week to practice what is I like to call holy curiosity. Let's try letting curiosity become our spiritual companion this week and guide us from fear to faith, from judgment to compassion, from limitation to divine possibility. Let's review today's lessons. So, the spiritual practice of curiosity empowers us when we understand life is not happening around us, Spirit is expressing through us. Every person is an expression of God, but every behavior is not wise or loving. That we have creative power over our thinking, but we can't control every circumstance through our thoughts. And that reshaping our consciousness will open the way for us to transform. The affirmation for today is I live with an open heart and curious mind. Let's say that together. I live with an open heart and curious mind. And the quote is from Brené Brown. The opposite of curiosity is judgment. When we choose to be curious, we choose to be vulnerable in the pursuit of understanding. And that's where healing begins. Let's take this in. So we pause now to say, thank you, God, for the ability to be curious, for the opportunity to shift from judgment to compassion in any given moment, and to recognize that our light shines more brightly when we ask questions rather than make statements. May each of us find the best way to shine our light on everyone, including ourselves. Amen. So I have a few prayer requests. First, as I mentioned, please keep Deb Martin and Audrey in your prayers. Mabel and AJ both need our prayers right now. Vivian and Michael Brady need prayers right now. And if you have a prayer request, please just put the request in the box. And if you're online watching, please make sure you just go online and send the request in. All right, I want to ask, I'm sorry, Linda, I didn't look. Who is our chaplain on duty today? Thank you, Leela. Thank you, Delila. I should have known. I saw blue back there, but then I didn't. So thank you. I appreciate you. And if you have prayers for today and you want to be prayed for in person, just come up to this corner or that corner, wherever you decide to go. They'll see you. And thank you for being here. All right. I also just want to say thank you. It's summertime to all of you who have remembered to tithe even during the summer. Thank you, because we don't want to ever have to dip into our savings, and we are doing great. Thank you all so much. Let's say our affirmation, giving affirmation together. We have faith in God as our instant, constant, abundant supply and supplier. We have faith in God to open ways when to the human sense there is no way. We have faith in God to guide us in all our ways, and our health, happiness, and prosperity are assured. Thank you, God, for your abundant good, now flowing forth to meet our every need. And so it is. All right. I'm leaving it to you.
Heaven is waiting for you. Find a way to open your heart. You're so much more than you do. Find a way to open your heart. Open your heart. Always, you are God. God's instrument always. You are enough always. Heaven is waiting for you. We're all God's daughters and sons. Find a way to open your heart. Now see the whole world as one. Find a way to open your heart. Open your heart. Always, you are God's instrument. Always, you are enough. Always, heaven is waiting right here. Now see the whole world anew. Find a way to open your heart. Spirit will guide all you do. Find a way to open your heart. Open your heart. Said always, you are God's instrument. Always, you are enough. Always, heaven is waiting right here. Thanks.
So I have to apologize to John for probably getting a couple lyrics wrong. We were having a funny scramble this morning. I'll just share with you guys. I had pretty much everyone on the staff trying to remember the words to that song. Because I couldn't find the lyrics, but I think we got most of them.
But Elliot, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
But
It was
can
one of
I-
those mornings.
Can I just say something? John never got him right. So the choir always had to tell him that's not the line. Yeah. And
See, and the band, we've been doing too much Bob Dylan, so we're just butchering every song that we play anyway. All right, will you guys stand and sing the peace song with us?
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
All right, people, I love you. I appreciate you. Don't forget that, and take all the energy you need right now from the people you're holding on to. And let's say the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. God bless you. Have a great week.